Hey, what's going on, everybody? On YouTube, Steve here, Raiken Profit. Beautiful day today in Connecticut. It's about 85 degrees. And just leaving the coffee shop right now. As you guys may or may not know, I like to go to various coffee shops, libraries. I've got this healthy, kind of like this food grocery store that has like a place where you can sit and they have Wi-Fi. I like to just travel around and work from my laptop and whatnot. So I just put in a couple hours of what I like to call execution time, high leverage activities that are going to really move the needle forward. But in any event, I want to talk about investing in yourself. This is one of the most underlooked things that I've noticed amongst people who want to make progress in their life. And, there's two main goals that I'm really focused on and, that really drive me and motivate me. And that's my health and it's business and finance. Those are two areas that I just am really passionate about. I'm really excited about. And over the years, I've noticed that there's been times in my life where I just make tremendous leaps and bounds, whether it's in my business or my health or my energy or, my bank account grows 30, 40% over a month. And I've been reflecting a lot about this topic and really thinking about, what makes the difference between a person who, is able to double their income in a year and the person who works hard 40, 50 hours a week and doesn't save a penny. What's the big difference? And I think there's a lot of various factors, right? There's managing yourself. There's obviously a little bit of luck. There's, the fact of, are you climbing up the right ladder? Are you doing the right things? But one of the factors that I've noticed is people that invest in themselves and they really truly invest in themselves, they get results much faster. So I want to share with you, I've got some notes on a little UPS slip from when I dropped off an Amazon FBA package at UPS. But I wrote down 5 things that I'm doing to invest in myself. And again, this is going to be mostly towards health and business because those are what I'm really passionate about. But I want you guys to take a couple minutes after this video and really reflect upon and ask yourself the question, am I investing in myself or am I really giving myself the best chance to get healthy, to have more energy, to double my income, to grow my investment portfolio? You really got to think about it in terms of, am I investing in myself? So let me share with you a couple of things that I've been doing. And feel free to ask any questions down below. Also, I want you to drop down below the number one thing that you're doing currently to invest in yourself. So one of the biggest changes I'm sure that you folks have noticed just visually looking at the videos is I'm much healthier. My skin is clearer. I have more energy. Well, I've always had a lot of energy, but I don't know, I feel good. I've lost a lot of weight. I'm weighing in about 175 pounds now. And if you were to go back and look at my videos from, even 8 or 9 months ago, you're going to notice I was really puffed out. I was probably about 30, 35 pounds heavier than I am now. And what I've done, and there's a couple of things, but the biggest thing that I've done is I've invested in myself. I invested in a personal trainer. And I actually see a personal trainer 3 times per week. His name's Noah. And if you follow me on Instagram, you might have seen him a couple times over there. But Noah's great. He trains with me Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And I usually go in for about 45 minutes with him. Now, there's a lot more other workouts that I'm doing outside of just the times that we meet up. But it's really given me a lot of knowledge, education on how to properly work out, tons of advice in terms of diet. And I realized, what a lot of my strengths and weaknesses were in terms of my health and why I wasn't losing weight before. And he helped to get me on a great routine. And, it does cost money. It's not cheap. I think it's like $300 or $400 every 3 weeks. So that might not be something that you can afford. But for me, and if you guys have followed me for a long time, you know that my number one value has always been my health. But the problem was, while it was my number one value, my actions weren't always aligned with that. And by investing in myself and putting my money out there and hiring an expert, it helped me tremendously. And, if you were to look at it like a graph, my weight was just kind of going like this. And then I hired the trainer, boom, like it just took off like a hot penny stock. So I credit Noah a lot to my weight loss success and just the education and accountability. So that's one thing that I've been doing as well. Another thing that I'm doing to invest in myself, and this is a routine that I've been doing for years now, but I've really picked it up as of late, and that's during my morning routine. This is non-negotiable, and I've actually really been enjoying it, is reading. Reading every single morning, first thing when I wake up. I wake up, brush my teeth, have some water and whatnot. But one of the main things I like to do while I'm drinking my coffee is just reading. And if you guys follow me again on Instagram at Raiken Profit, I'm always sharing a bunch of photos and pictures and quotes from books that I read. And, I like a lot of self-development books. I like a lot of business and finance books. I'm actually reading a really good personal finance book by, I forget what his name is, but he has a blog, I Would Teach You to Be Rich. It's a great finance book, and I'm learning a lot about credit cards and how to leverage debt and how to get the best bank accounts, high earning or high interest savings accounts, and just all this cool stuff that is just great to know. So I've been really enjoying reading every single morning, and this is the key. Check out this one book. It's called The Slight Edge. And the reason I mentioned that, because the whole premise of that book was the little tiny things that you do every single day that don't seem very significant actually have a huge impact. And circling back around to reading, just reading for 15, 20, 30 minutes a day over a month's period, that could be 2 books, 3 books, 4 books that you've read in high leverage areas such as health, finance, personal development, or really whatever you're into. I mean, imagine how much your life can change if you were reading books like Think and Grow Rich, or, Tony Robbins books, or Jack Canfield books, or Zig Ziglar, all these, popular self-development gurus, or just finance books, Steve Jobs, or, whoever, right? The founder of Google. Imagine how much your life would change, or even your mindset or your energy, just, being around those people. And a lot of people are always saying, I don't have friends, I don't have people that I could hang out with that are motivating, because the quote, you are the average of the 5 people you hang out with most. Sometimes it's hard to get around successful people, like in the physical world. But you can easily do it through the use of reading. So that's been one of my habits that I've been really drilling down on, and I've been loving it. I've been feeling great, been coming up with tons of ideas. And if you don't like reading, look into Audible. That's another great option. You can listen to audiobooks. If you have Bluetooth in your car, you can just sync your phone to your car, and you can listen to audiobooks while you drive. So that's like getting a college education while driving, which is pretty cool. Another thing that I've done recently to invest in myself, and this is very, very new. I've actually only had one session. My second session is actually tomorrow afternoon, is I've hired a life coach. Now, this life coach is a PhD. He's also a psychologist as well. So it's not like an official quote unquote life coach. But I am getting life coaching. The main goal of the sessions is self-development. And I really wanted to hire somebody for a couple of reasons. But number one, I saw all the success that I was having with my personal trainer, with my health, with my fitness, with my energy. I said to myself, wow, if a coach could transform my life that much in just that small area, imagine how much my life could change in terms of relationships or adventure or travel or, finance and business. If I hired somebody to keep me accountable, to, really help me with clarifying and becoming crystal clear of my goals and having someone to talk to. And I recently invested in a life coach. That's what I'm going to call it. Now, again, it's not cheap. It's about $150 a session. And, it's, for somebody who is really on a budget and doesn't have, multiple income streams and you're saving, I would probably start with reading books because it's much cheaper. And it's probably just going to be a better option at that time. But if you do have some income to invest in a coach, I would definitely go for it. And pretty much I'm going to be going once a week at this time. And I'm just giving it a shot. I don't know if it'll work. I've never done it before. But sometimes you just have to have faith in the process and the faith in, investing in yourself. I mean, so many people, we do the same thing over and over again, right? We do the same things in our business. We do the same things with our health. We eat the same foods. We hang out with the same people. And then we drive ourselves mad. We don't hit our freaking goals because we've got to do things different. So that's what I'm doing. I don't know if it's going to work out, but I have faith in the process, and I really, truly do believe that it will. But it's my first time around hiring a life coach. So it should be interesting, and I will keep you posted. Another thing that I do to invest in my health is I spend money. I spend a good amount of money on organic foods, on fresh produce, fruits and vegetables, things that give me energy, things that make me feel good. And a lot of people, they'll say to themselves, I'm not going to pay $6 for that when I can get the, you know, something else for $2. I could just go to McDonald's for $1 and buy this or buy that. And it's true. I mean, eating healthy, going to Whole Foods, organic foods, fruits and vegetables, and non-processed foods, it's not cheap. It really isn't cheap. It's quite expensive actually. But the way I look at it is, if I have 20 to 30% more energy during the day, which is easily a fair number when I'm eating fresh foods and non-processed, and I'm staying away from fast foods, and I'm staying hydrated, I could make 30, 50, 80, 90, 100% more money with that additional energy. So that's one way to look at it. Another way to look at it as well is, I mean, yeah, over a year period, you might spend an extra $5,000-$6,000 on food, going the healthy route, right? And I'm just kind of throwing out a random number. It could be more, it could be less. But imagine if you have a serious illness or an ailment, or maybe you don't have great health insurance, and it costs you, an arm and a leg, and you're stuck with $40,000-$50,000 in bills. Was it worth it to invest in the healthier food? Now, I'm not saying that eating all this healthy food is going to avoid all these, horrible things that go on, cancers, and, you can't prevent car accidents. And there's just certain things that happen in life that are outside of your control. But for the most part, I mean, I don't know, it's just the way that I look at it. And I mean, what's it cost? I mean, nothing tastes as good. Wait, what's the quote go? Who is it? Peter Voogd. He has a quote. It says, nothing tastes as good as it feels. I don't know. I dropped the ball on that one, but somebody help me out. If you guys watch Peter Voogd, 6 Months to Six Figures is his book. He has a quote that he put in that book. But anyways, let's just pretend I didn't slaughter that. But yeah, investing in, healthy organic foods has definitely been something that's helped me not only to lose weight, but to be more productive in my business, to be happier, to feel better. I mean, when you feel good, right, from putting good foods in your body and exercising, it translates over to other areas, relationships, social. You're more inclined to go out and have fun and do things, right? So that's just a big thing that I've been doing to invest in my health, and just, again, it translates into other areas of life. And the last thing, and I've got a bunch of things that I do, but this just stands out, is I have a weekly mastermind call with one of my really, really good friends. And every single week, I mean, we're 100% transparent with our wins, with our losses, the progress that we've made in the various areas of life. And, while it does take additional time for me to be supportive of him and put in my time, invest my time into him, it comes back to me tenfold. And I really think that masterminding and, networking and interacting with like-minded people who you trust, who are, going places in life, who are focused on maybe similar things that you're looking to accomplish, I think it's just a great investment. If you ever read the book Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, there's a whole entire chapter on the mastermind and masterminding and the benefits, and how when you bring two brains together, it just magnifies like 10x. It's absolutely insane. So, masterminding. So those are the 5 things that I'm doing right now that I want to share with you guys. Hired a personal trainer, reading every single morning. In addition, listening to audiobooks through Audible. Hired a life coach, which is new, and I'll keep you guys posted with that. And I just realized I'm like looking into the screen, but that's not the camera. So I apologize about that. Eating organic food and juicing and fasting, doing things like that to invest in my health, and the weekly mastermind. So let me know in the comments down below, what are a couple things that you're doing to invest in yourself to improve your life? Because really, at the end of the day, if you're not satisfied with your results, if you just seem to be getting the same results over and over again, and it's driving you insane, you really got to look at, are you investing in yourself? What are you doing? Is there something that you could be doing differently, right? So, hopefully this video inspired you, got you pumped up, got you thinking a little bit. And, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.